With Rodney Scott's Barbecue, and this is Paul Yeck, and Paul is the executive chef at the restaurant plus partner with Rodney Scott. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
It's good to see you.
Good to be
All right,
here.
so you've obviously brought some of your ribs for us today, and we're going to talk about those in a minute. But what you're going to show us is how you do y'all's coleslaw, right?
That's right. So in Alabama, everyone's the king, right, of their own backyard, but nobody says they're the king of coleslaw. So we're going to change that today.
All right, you're going to show us first how to cut one, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So we like to use the fresh heads of cabbage, you know, not the pre-packaged coleslaw like you see in the store. You know, it's not very fresh, and they pump it with all the gases and stuff. And
So we want fresh stuff.
We want fresh stuff. So we're going to remove those outer leaves, you know, the ones that are just brown and hold a little dirt.
Do you kind of want to get to the lighter part of it?
That's right.
Okay.
The lighter parts are the more tender parts. So we'll just cut the bottom off.
All right.
And cut this head right in half. And what we want to do at this point is remove this little core right here. It's really
kind of bitter in this.
bitter and tough and just not pleasant.
Yeah, hold on real quick. I'm going to move these out of the way.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's see.
So once you remove this little triangle, this little core, that kind of releases everything. So then, you know, depending on your knife skills, you could use a mandolin, but that, you know, is cut more fingers than knives. But you just want to really fine julienne the cabbage.
Yeah, so you want it pretty thin.
Yeah, really thin.
Okay. So really cutting those outer leaves off, getting that core out, and then just slicing it up. You're ready.
That's right.
All right, and that's what you've done here?
We have,
All
yes,
right.
ma'am.
So
then we're going to make a simple, quick dressing, mayo base. So we're going to start with the mayonnaise of your choice. You know, it being in the South, I know a lot of people probably have their preference.
Sure.
Duke's or Blue Plate or whatnot. But so mayonnaise, and then we're going to add some red wine vinegar.
All right.
Get nice and acidic. We got some sweet pickle relish.
So pickle relish.
That's right.
Okay. So you want the relish, not just chopped up pickles.
That's right.
Okay.
So we're going to mix that together.
Okay.
Okay, we're going to add a little salt, sugar, cayenne pepper.
All right. So it's going to be kind of a mayonnaise-y base.
That's right.
On your coleslaw. Okay.
So with this coleslaw, you know, this is something you want to dress the day of, because as this dressing sits on the cabbage and vegetables, that's going to release its water, and you don't want it to be watered down. So
Okay.
then we'll take our diced green bell pepper.
So this is not an overnight thing. You want
No,
to
we like to do this
fresh.
fresh because this this is a nice textured one. Some
that's just
shaved
bell peppers?
carrots. Yes, ma'am.
All right. So say it's about time to serve everything else, you would get ready to pour this over it.
That's right.
Now, how long do you want it to set? Because you do want it to kind of.
I think like an hour or two before your cookout or whatever you're going to do is an ample amount of time.
Okay.
To allow everything to really come together.
All right.
And soften. So you just mix this with your tongs.
And you have your coleslaw. Oh, a little salt and pepper.
A little fresh cracked pepper.
Okay.
You just have to tell the server when, you know, like at some of those other restaurants.
That looks good.
Yeah, right?
All right. So you want to cover all the cabbage, obviously.
Yes, you just want to make sure everything is covered. And then this can go in the refrigerator until you're ready to serve it.
That is easy enough, really.
It's super easy.
If you get all your ingredients together, it doesn't take you long. As you saw here, we did it right here on TV.
That's right.
All right. So that's all ready.
That's ready to roll.
What do y'all serve the most at the restaurant?
Ribs.
Ribs.
We do. We serve a lot of ribs, especially this time of year, being the 4th of July tomorrow.
And this is, for folks who don't know, Rodney Scott's is a vinegar-based type
Carolina-style barbecue
Carolina
sauce. Yes, ma'am. Of the vinegar variety. You know, they have mustard and whatnot, different parts of the
It's just
of the
it's
steak.
a thinner. All right, and so these are.
These are some pork spare ribs.
Okay.
So we're going to get you a plate.
All right, what's the difference in a spare rib? What's
It's just the cut, so it's the full slab. So when you hear St. Louis cut, all they do is they remove the last bone here, the 13th bone, and then they'll take this breastbone off like that.
Okay.
So that's a St. Louis, and then a baby back is just it's cut much higher up here. It all comes from the same
that little bitty part.
That's right.
Okay.
But we like the whole thing.
All right. So is this how they come? They're
So we sell our ribs in the store by the half rack or full rack, or you could get, you know, different quantities on like a meat combo plate, but then you just pick whatever side you want.
All right, well that looks
So
good.
coleslaw is a great side for ribs.
All right, so obviously you can put more barbecue sauce over it. So these are not wet, they're dry and then you pour it over?
So they are rubbed and we cook them over our pits, over live coals. It's not the traditional smoked flavor, so it's a completely different flavor. And throughout the cooking process, we mop it with the vinegar the whole time.
So it's in it.
So it's in there. Yes, absolutely. And then we have sauce on the tables, or sauce for you to take home and serve on your barbecue too. This one's highly acidic. This is a nice balance between tomato and acid. So there's a little bit of something for everybody.
All right, we will have that recipe for you. If you want to try a new coleslaw today at your barbecue, we'll have that for you. We'll post it on our Facebook page, and you can get that as well. Paul Yeck from Rodney Scott Barbecue. This, by the way, is in their book, Rodney Scott's World of Barbecue. We'll be right back.